Hello everyone, welcome you back to another video. So in this video I am thinking of starting a new series on algorithm subject. I am thinking that I will launch this series on the YouTube so that all the college going students and those aspirants who is not having any coaching material or anything, they can be benefited from this course. First of all, before starting I want to give all the credits to Venkatrao sir. Actually, what are the questions I will be discussing here? All those are from SARS material. So I asked his permission. He told me this is a good initiative, and you can use my notes and questions for this. So please, if you can, give a visit on his profile on Unacademy, and you can follow him there. He's a very good teacher. You can also enjoy his special classes also. So let's start. First of all, anyone who is from computer science background, they must be heard of the name algorithm, right? So what is algorithm? ये algorithm क्या होता है? ठीक, तो algorithm मतलब मान लो कि एक प्रॉब्लम है, आपको दिया गया है, ठीक, एक प्रॉब्लम है, हमको सम करना है दो नंबर को, ए एंड बी आर टू डिजिट्स एंड वी नीड टू सम देम. सो कैसे हो सकता है सम? मान लो कि एक बंदे ने क्या किया, algo 1 लिखा कि दो इनपुट ले लेंगे हम ए एंड बी, और एक सी ले लेंगे जिसमें ए एंड बी का सम रखना है. ये फर्स्ट पॉइंट, ये सेकंड स्टेप, ये थर्ड स्टेप. सो फोर्थ स्टेप में हम प्रिंट कर देंगे किसको? सी को. सो फ्रॉम दिस व्हाट यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एक्चुअली जो ये algo लिखा है उसने क्या किया कि कुछ फाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ स्टेप्स में वो एक प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए चाह रहा है, तो उसको बोलते हैं algorithm. सो व्हाट विल बी द डेफिनेशन ऑफ algorithm? इट इज ए फाइनाइट सीक्वेंस ऑफ स्टेप्स to solve a problem. This is the definition for algorithm. So for a problem there may be more than one algorithm exist. Suppose मान लो कि और एक बंदा आया, उसने बोला कि मैं algo 2 लिखूंगा कि कैसे ऐड करते हैं, तो उसने भी इनपुट लिया a and b. This is his first step. Then the second step is what he did, उसने एक वेरिएबल ले c, दूसरा वेरिएबल लिया d. तो उसने क्या किया, c में a प्लस b रखा. फोर्थ स्टेप में वो क्या किया, डी में क्या किया कि 2c माइनस सी मैंने कर लिया. मतलब डी में मान लो, ऐसे मान लो मैं एक एग्जांपल ही दे रहा हूँ, तो उसने क्या किया, इसको थोड़ा मतलब चेंज करने के लिए चाहा, तो क्या किया कि 2c माइनस सी, हमको पता चल रहा है कि वो डी में सी को ही मतलब असाइन कर रहा है. मतलब एक एग्जाम्पल मान लो, तो डी को ये प्रिंट कर रहा है. So these two algorithms are looking different, but these are doing the same thing. This point I am explaining with this example. So for a single problem there can be more than one algorithm exist. So that what I want to convey. This is not the perfect example, I know, but you can relate with this. Okay. So for this point we can take another example like swap. Okay. So I want to swap these two numbers a and b. I wrote a function swap. What I will do for the first algo, I can write it as, I will take another variable c, temporary variable, then I will assign the value a to c, and I will assign the c value to b, and inside a I will give the value b. So this can be one algorithm for swapping two numbers. And for the second algorithm I can write like this. These two numbers are my inputs, and I can take c equals to a plus b. I can do that. Then after that I can like a equals to c minus a. Okay, so I can write it as like a equals to c minus a and b equals to c minus b. Okay, so let's see what happened. Like 3 and 5 are a and b respectively. So in the temporary variable c I am assigning 8 because 3 plus 5 equals to 8, and a equals to 8 minus 3 like 5, and b is getting the value 8 minus 5 3. Okay, so these two values are swapping their positions. So that is what we want. In this case also the same thing is happening. So for a single problem we can write more than one algo. So this is the point I want to convey you. This is the introduction class, so we can discuss some of the other other aspect of algorithm. You must be knowing that there is Turing machine. Everybody must be knowing that Turing machine is exist. So this is the most youngest machine till date. Whatever a computer can do, Turing machine also can do that. So in TOC you will get to know what is Turing machine and how it is working. So Turing machines are like two types. Okay, one is halting Turing machine, another is non-deterministic Turing machine. So इसमें क्या होता है कि we can relate halting Turing machine as algo and that non-deterministic Turing machine as program. So here we can if you don't understand what is Turing machine and all, don't worry, we can read that in TOC chapter. But there is a difference between algo and program. Okay, so what is algo and what is program? What are the differences? So algo, what is algo? We have read the definitions earlier, like it is a finite sequence of steps to solve a problem. So what is the difference between algo and program? So algo is always finite in nature. It can be go in infinite loop. Okay, so but the program can be go into infinite loop. So that's why we are comparing algo with the halting Turing machine and program with the normal Turing machine, that is the non-deterministic one. So it may halt or it may not. So this is the difference between algo and program. Let's see how to represent the time complexity and space complexity. For example, after calculating the time complexity, we are getting that one algorithm is taking 1 time unit or 2 time unit or 3 time unit. What is this time unit? I am going to discuss with you with another example. So but let's see if it is coming like one time unit, 2 time unit, 3 time unit, 100 time unit, 500, 700, 1000, whatever the time unit it is arranging, this can be represented as order of 1. Okay, so why we are representing like this order of 1? So anybody who read algo earlier, don't think this is big O. Okay, so this is the order of 1. You must be heard of that polynomial thing. What is the highest degree of n? We are writing it as the degree of that equation or polynomial equation is the highest degree of the n. So in this case also, the time complexity, so the constant time complexity can be written as order of 1. Okay, so why? Because if with 1 we can multiply any term, like for getting 500 I can multiply 500, for getting 700 I can multiply 700. So for example, this is one of the computer. Okay, for example, so how can we get 700 from 700 from 1? I am explaining with this example. So there is one machine, so this is taking 1 time unit to solve one of the line. Okay, so but like 700 lines are there. For each line, let's say it is taking 1 time unit. For 700 lines it will take 700 unit. So अगर ऐसे 700 यूनिट ले रहा है ये, तो क्या हो रहा है कि ये कांस्टेंट टाइम ले रहा है. जितना भी इनपुट हो, मतलब इनपुट के ऊपर एन के ऊपर ही डिपेंड नहीं कर रहा, ये अपना मतलब जितने लाइन होगा उसी हिसाब से कांस्टेंट टाइम ले रहा है. तो इसीलिए कांस्टेंट को हम रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए ऐसे ऑर्डर ऑफ 1 से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. तो आगे हम जब क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे तो आपको ज़्यादा क्लैरिटी आएगा कि ये कांस्टेंट क्या होता है और ये सब क्या होता है, मतलब कि कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं. ठीक, तो जैसे ये हो गया, ये देख लो कि ये n ले रहा है, n+3 ले रहा है, n+1000 जो भी है, तो इसको हम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं? ऑर्डर ऑफ n. ताकि मतलब कि जो हाईएस्ट प्रोमिनेंट टर्म होता है कोई इक्वेशन में, सो वी कैन राइट दोज टर्म्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ दैट प्रोमिनेंट टर्म. हियर द प्रोमिनेंट टर्म इज n, राइट. सो n का पावर सबसे ज़्यादा है, n⁻1, हियर n⁻0, सो n इज द प्रोमिनेंट टर्म. Here also n is the prominent term. I can get 2n by just multiplying a constant with that term. So I can write it as order of n. For n square, like these terms, the n square is the prominent term, so I am writing order of n square. For these terms, 2n is greater than 2 power n, because you can see that 2n and for n square, like here is 2 power n and n square. So for n equals to 5, I can get here 32, I can get here 25. So after this, for all the values of n, the 2 power n is greater than n square. So keeping in mind, I am taking it as the prominent term, right? So we can represent a equation like this by just the prominent term. Okay, so I can write it as order of 2 power n. Look at this, it is 3 power n, it is 2 power n. So among 3 power n, 2 power n, 3 power n is greater, so I can write it as order of 3 power n. Okay, so this is how we can represent the time complexity and space complexity. So let's understand this with one of the real life example. Like ये आपका घर है, you are living with your dad, mom and your brother and you yourself, right? So in the neighborhood मैंने पूछा कि आपका मतलब डैड का नाम है राम. ओके, सो इन द neighborhood इफ समवन आस्क कि वो किसका है, सो क्या बोलेंगे कि ये राम जी का घर है, ठीक है ना. तो बिकॉज योर फादर इज द प्रोमिनेंट फिगर इन योर family, that's why we can identify this with him only. Okay, so in this case also, so these are the prominent terms, like n here it is a greater value, so this is the prominent term, so we can write with that term only. These terms can be obtained by just multiplying or adding some of the constants with these terms. Okay, so this is for the first video only. I am just giving one of the brief overview over that algorithm subject before starting it. What is space complexity, what is time complexity and all. So in the next video we are going to solve a numerous number of questions so that your concept will get cleared. So and this is the important part in the great preparation and for university exams also. So this is called analysis of algorithm. After that we will read algorithm design techniques. There the divide and conquer, greedy algorithm, dynamic programming, these terms will be come. So that's it for this video. So please like, share and subscribe, and write below down the comment section how to improve, and if you have any doubt you can write also there. And please those who have the like plus subscription or anything like paid materials, they are getting the best teachers, right? No doubt. But those who are having those who are not having any material or anything, so you can share it to them, they can get benefited, right? So that's it for today. So thank you.